I'm going to talk in English. I'm going to talk English. Kirban Jamtin is a good SPLM one. Take run 2013. Kulwa idan to gatina daga etang ina ban jamtin chan japing wan ga chidi mat but madangura keralo. My topic is a reunification of the SPLM party in their perspective in South Sudan and what is the achievement they need to do. I would suggest hear from the corner of reality. First, we'll come back to corner of reality. I've been a while, I didn't speak, and my issue still, I have issue spending on my own. I have my own issue here, but will not block me from suggesting to my country for the benefit of the people and the SPLM party itself. We'll come back. First of all, let's sort the issues of the South Sudanese government, which are continuous in the splitting of the SPLM in December 2013. Are we not going for blaming, which is not the key for success, but blaming people must to be accepted what they want to achieve. First, the war didn't bring any good news to the people of South Sudan. Second to that, people are being scattered around the country and around the camps within the South Sudan itself, displaced in camp, while the UN, United Nations, as being the feeder while we liberate ourselves without no UN involved. So if we have a country today, it's better people need to care for the future for the young generation, and that's why we fought the war to be free and exercise our right as a citizen of South Sudan. The blame now that we have been fighting each other, the must be stopped because it cannot lead anywhere. It cannot lead anyone anywhere, and the war also, it can not bring a solution to ourselves because destruction will continue. Our people are suffering in the camps, and we think the South Sudan people too are dying for hunger, while people, there are no cultivation. Insecurity become a main big issue in South Sudan, which people are scared and for their life, and nobody cultivate. So if SPLM or the government itself acknowledge to call for reunification, then this is a good news. It is good news to the country, and I believe it is a good news to themselves because I believe they recognize the effects that they are, done to the country, the damage that has been done to the country, while they, pushing their, agenda, which is not bring anything to good. While destruction is continue, the country has been winning by the war, by insecurity, by drought, and some diseases. United Nations become our feeder now in South Sudan. So core of reality is calling the initial, if President Solpa with his administration has been acknowledged, has been corrected themselves, then a reunification of that SPLA must be a main big view of the nationalism. And I don't know, those committees that are taking part to accelerate, to monitor the reunification, then reunification must involve all the citizens of South Sudanese, those who are against the government and those who are in favor of the government. Also, reunification must be like a 94 convention, which, juvenile, the SPLM strong during the war. So if President Joao Museveni is hosting or was hosting the reunification of the SPLM, then he need to call President Salva Kiir to call all the rebels that are still, against his government, more to be genuine, calling for a unification. People must listen to each other, the concern, and I believe Salva Kiir must to note every point that has been essays, and all the media and the others organ must participate to deliver the news to all citizens what is agreement has been done. But first, let me clarify. I believe in my own viewpoint. I think the reunification of SPLA must be a big part of nationalism. Corner of reality is calling the reunification of SPLM is acceptable and must be watchable for all the country and all the citizens. Our people have been suffering a lot during the war in 21 years. Even it was not 21 years, in 19 or 1900s, when the colonialism has, colonized Africa, people have been suffering. After, Sharia has been brought to Sudan, our people keep suffering during the war. And now, when we have freedom, our people have been suffering more than during the war. So, if the government really is genuine, not lying, for the unification of the SPLM, then are we not shooting here for the blaming? But if President Salva Kiir is calling for a unification and his committee which has been formed and the government, then more to be a reality that can unify the country. The call for the nationalism army, which can be in high level for security in capital, must to be selects in different states, and a state must to bring a trustee from that state, and they must to be interviewed by the Secretary of Defense and Chief of Staff and the intelligence. Must to review all the recruits and interview them and train them to be a national army or a special force which can control any situation, which they will not favor any side. I believe that can be under any Nuer or any Dinka to accept that, and we are good people. Our people, citizens are good. We recognize the mistakes, and I not want to blaming, but I need a solution that the country must to go through. And through our mistakes, we need to correct each other and bring the goods agenda to ourselves, lead the country to reunification. But the question can ask, what reunification people are searching? I believe reunification comes with issue too. It's not as simple that the SPLM party has been united without any vision, any struggle of the organ of the manifesto of the SPLM. There must be eradication or renew of the articles of the SPLM, which brought the country when people start to reform the manifesto and the law which guide the party, and to rewrite the new constitution which will be permanent in South Sudan. That is still remaining in discussion, and I believe that a committee they have that authority to accept the change that can lead our country to a good direction. So if reunification is standing in people here, it must be standing too in the change of the constitution, which now President Salva Kiir Mayardit is sitting on all the decrees, which President have a lot of degrees. Why the country don't have, or governor don't have any more authority than what President say. If the President fire the governor has been selected by people, that mandate more than need to change. Those who can fire the governor must become through a national assembly, wishing the state, and the ultimate state must be like MPs, which is nationalism of South Sudan, who represent in the parliament, and must to review the case. And if the case is really strong, then there no need for the governor to maintain if assembly fire him. So will be not only the president who appointed the governor, but the state and the supreme of the state must review that. Constitution must be really a strong key that can alleviate our poor function of the law. So it is up to the committee to reduce a reunification for good of common of our people in South Sudan. Also, reunification must be accepted. The president of the IO, Dr. Machar, must to come back if the reunification is happened. I believe when Machar fled to the country outside, it was the problem, because some people tried to kill him. He was running for his life. So if the reunification SPLM is rejecting the IO leader, then for those who are still in the bush, they will not accept Riek Machar come. Riek Machar must to be mindful for the future of the country. It's not only a leadership But if you organize the new generation under the good commons, and people will follow, I think he will correct himself, and people will be appreciated, even if they are mess like this. But only the option that remain up to now has failed to reunite, and reunite under a good commons ground which will bring our people to good vision, to a strong ship, and to unify, and to prosperity in the country, and to eliminate insecurity, and to eliminate UN too, which we are depending now on UN food and all UN donation, all the foreign organizations which are operating in South Sudan. So before the war, to be independence, not depend on others. So we are a rich country, we have oil, and we have mineral, and we have a lot of agricultural stuff that we can, compete with different markets in the world. So if Salva Kiir Mayardit and the rest in the government are calling for union reunification, then they must drop all the bad consequences. And I see 28 states, or more than 28 states also, they will be recognized under reunification. So if President Salva Kiir is calling reunification, as the Museveni is hosting it, it's not like jokes, or it's not like like a monker or playful to bring Southern Sudanese party together. Why I think I lie. More to be a reality on it, more to be adapted, constitution more to be rewrite and change for permanent constitution. People have more to have a thought, and all the advisors of the President Salva Kiir, they must be eliminated because they are telling him wrong stuff. We wasn't strong in the bush, and now South Sudan failed for good. It failed than Somalia. If our people are killing each other, our people are riding themselves, and there no government responded to them. So that's why we fought it to regulate anything, even while we need to regulate it. So if Salva Kiir Mayardit, he's going to have legacy, amount to accept reunification, and I believe his term has been closed. He will be not there for life, and to leave the good record, most to accept a reunification, and most to form a nationalism of all tribes in South Sudan. Even if the Denka are majority, we must to still adopt it, all the SPLM party in the bush, which John Graham was leading to. John Graham was unified Sudan long time ago because he acknowledged the good people. He acknowledged good people, and he bring good people up and let them educate people. Also, the security or intelligence security was always in Jonglei. I like those intelligent must be people from 2 years. Most the higher security and all must be from 2 years, because 2 years must to have articles, have talent which can educate people through politicals and through the life experience, which most of our people, actually not the trees, is Jonglei people. Sorry to say that, but Jonglei people, they have been leading the security, even Duke County have been leading security in the bush, and all that, they are appointing the good people among different tribes, which they can educate people, and they're only the option. So I would like President Kiir to eliminate all his intelligence and select the top guy and the good people in Jonglei. And those from Jonglei, they're gonna start notifies the rest people wherever the tribe they are, according to their talent and their trustworthy, and and their activity, which can educate people. That's why John Grong, the Mabir, was a good leader. He was not good leader because he was very intelligent by himself, but he was seeing people that can help him to bring the solution of liberation, or the separation which now we are. So we fought the war. We being educate people through no penny. We didn't pay people during the 21 years, but people volunteer because John Grant used to talk, and all the Grant gangs or Grant disciples or Grant boys, they was also tops. So we need that rot, we need that vision to come back, and I want intelligence of South Sudan nationally most to be led by East County or by Jonglei County, by Jonglei people, and we can see the rest. We can see the rest, those who can help. So security, if the security are wrong, so everything will be wrong in the country. I hope South Sudan and the SPLM party will unify again forever and stop gossip about lying. People gossip. That's what brought the second war, because gossip. And we don't have educated people are still, illiteracy is too not really in South Sudan. So people have a lack of acknowledge the facts, fact and false. So people can they can take care for what happened, to use the force for what they heard, while they think are lying. So the resolution of the conflict, there must be reunification of SPLA, and reunification, there a big issue in it. It's not only SPLA going to reunite and we are one or whatever. No, it must be reunification with the constitution, with the guideline of the security, of nationalism, of the army, and the rest, including the police too. Thank you, and I hope South Sudan will be good again. Bye.